Good morning, everyone. My name is Steven, and I thought I would start something today that I've been wanting to start for a long time, actually. Let me just turn off these notifications. Um, I am, I received my master's degree in mental health counseling in May of 2014. And I've had a little bit of a hard time getting licensed and working with all of the bureaucracy that exists. Recently moved to Illinois, so now I have to work on the bureaucracy here. So, in the meantime, I always thought it would be fun to have an advice column or an advice video chat, I guess. I grew up watching Frasier. Love that show. Love that he has a radio show and that people call in and ask him professional advice. I'm also familiar with some advice columnists, Dan Savage being probably my favorite. So this is definitely inspired by those people, that TV show, and then also it's something that I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy being able to help people maybe just be a little bit happier, just a tiny little bit. If it's just a short smile or if I can help them see something just a little bit differently, it helps me feel better. It's very satisfying. Therapy can be a long and hard process and something that just gives me energy and life and passion. And so I love doing it. And I want to be able to still do something like that while I'm searching for a job. So, disclaimer, this is not therapy. If you need therapy, I am not the person to go to. This is a place for people to ask questions and for me to give my unsolicited advice about what you have to say or your question. I am not a licensed therapist. Anything that I say on here is my own opinion, and you should treat it as such. Take it with a grain of salt. However, because of my training and my background, I've heard a lot of stuff. Things don't really shock me or surprise me in terms of like when people tell me their secrets. Doesn't really faze me usually. I believe in unconditional positive regard, helping people understand that you're okay just the way you are. So I guess, just keep this short and as an introduction. Something that I was thinking about this morning while contemplating whether or not I was actually going to do this and put it online was the idea of happiness and the myth of happiness being a choice. And I do use the word myth because I do believe it is myth. There's a lot of research out there about happiness, and that happiness actually usually has a set point, and that set point doesn't usually change very much. It can change due to life circumstances. It can go up or down. Say like winning the lottery, and it has to be a huge mega lottery, will raise your happiness level for about 3 months, and then it'll go back down to baseline. People think if you get into a debilitating accident and lose the ability to use your legs, that it decreases your happiness, which isn't true. It will decrease it, not very much though. And then given a couple months, it actually goes right back to baseline. So the idea that you can just say to yourself, oh, just be happy. No, it doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, sometimes I wish it does. Wish it did, I should say. The idea that you can control your automatic thoughts and reactions is a little far-fetched. There's a lot going on beneath the surface that we honestly have no control over. Like if you see something really scary and next thing you know it, you're you're frozen and you can't move, or you're a mile in the other direction. Um, there's really no conscious thought process there saying, that looks like a bear, and I think the best course of action would be to run that way from the bear. Your brain is going to run from the bear and tell the rest of you to run from the bear, and then you're going to be like, oh, there was a bear and I ran from it. So the idea that you could just tell yourself, oh, just be happy, is really self-defeating. If you have this constant thought in your head, oh, I should be happy, then you're cutting yourself short, and you're setting yourself up for more sadness and pain, because I should be happy or I should feel this way. That doesn't come from you. That comes from outside of you, and that tells you that there must be something deficient about you, and that you need to be different in order for people to like you, or in order for people to accept you, or so that you can fit in. And that can be very damaging if you keep doing that to yourself over and over and over again. So with happiness, happiness is fleeting, but so is sadness, so is joy, so is anger. If you ever pay attention to your thoughts and feelings throughout the day, you'll notice that they change really quickly, and sometimes without any help from you. So telling yourself over and over, like, be happy, it's not going to help. There are things that you can do to increase your baseline of happiness. One of them is to keep a gratitude journal, and to write down things you're thankful for, even if it's just one a day. Writing thank you letters to people who have meant a lot to you in your life, not only increases your happiness level, but if they receive it, will definitely increase theirs. And I've made it a personal goal of mine to send a laminated thank you to people in my life who have meant a lot to me, so that they can save it and use it for a time where they might need it. There are other things you can do as well. If you just look in like Psychology Today, or sorry, my cats are going crazy, or other reputable sources, stuff online. Anyone can put anything online, which is what I'm doing today. But you can find a lot of really good stuff out there. Give it a shot, see if it works for you. And, the biggest advice I usually give to people is give yourself a break. If you're having a really hard time, it's okay to have a hard time. It's okay to feel that for a while. It's okay to sit with it and be sad, or be angry, or be frustrated. It's okay to sit and have joy, to celebrate, to be happy, to dance, to, run around. It's okay to live in the moment and to really experience those things. There's no rush to move on or to pretend like it's not there. Anyway, wow, I've almost talked for 10 minutes. So I hope that was interesting for you. If you have any more specific questions, I know I kind of just rambled for a little bit because I didn't have a set question to go off of. Feel free to leave a comment or to send me a private message. I'm sorry about my cats. Comment, leave a message. I hope to do this as often as possible. I think it would be really cool to do this every week if I could, and if I get more questions, I can even do it more often than that. So I hope this has been educational, or you've gotten something from it. Or if nothing else, my cats have entertained you in that back corner. Anyway, I don't know how to end this. I'll see you guys soon, and I'm trying to think of like a clever catchphrase. I hope you can live your life a little more authentically every day. See ya.